Yeah, it says, there we go. All right. Madam Secretary, for the purposes of the recording, will you note the attendance?
Sure.
Council.
Counselor Andy Richter is absent with prior notice.
Okay, thank you very much. And now we move forward to the consent agenda. So with one large motion, we'll approve the minutes from earlier this month, as well as the approval of the bills for July and recurring bills for August. May I have one motion, please?
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda for the August 4th, 2025 council meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay, motions by Councilors Costa and Shally for approval of the minutes and approval of the bills and the consent agenda. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Now we'll move forward with the most important presentation of the evening, and I'll turn it over to the mayor.
All right, welcome everybody. I think this is probably the most crowded this room's ever been, and we will keep it short for you. You definitely know how to draw a crowd, Mr. So I want to say before we get started with this part of the presentation that after we swear in our next chief, you can all, if you're here for that reason, you can go into the lobby and enjoy cake and a little festivities. And we'll wrap up the meeting in here unless you're dying to know what else we have going on. So, but before we start, I do want to say a couple words. First of all, before I talk about our next chief of police, I want to give a few thank yous to people that have stepped up throughout this whole transition. First of all, to Sergeant Jeff Lukens. Sergeant Lukens was promoted just a few short months before unexpectedly being thrust into a leadership position. And he handled it in stride, and we thank you immensely for holding things together while we searched for a new chief. We also want to thank each of our police officers who stepped up and continue to serve this community in the absence of a chief. Thanks to Officers Lawson, Meinhardt, Troop, Saucier, Hagee, Detective Rudner. It was nice to see you in a patrol uniform. We won't expect that too much very often. And of course, the whole place wouldn't run without Diana Field. I don't know where Diane is, but thanks so much to Diana. And we'd also like to thank the Police Chief Search Committee made up of Borough Manager Sarah Jarrett and Councilors Matt Shally, Matt Denena, and Stephanie Costa for spending their nights and weekends reviewing more than 70 applicants. And then finally to Aspirant Consulting Group, who is here tonight too, somewhere, way in the back. Aspirant was sincerely the most professional and proficient search agency we've ever used, so we could not recommend that more either. When we set out on this journey to find a new chief of Souderton, we really didn't know what to expect. But what we were met with was an outpouring of interest from qualified candidates from across the map. We interviewed candidates as far south as Washington, D.C., and as far north as Vermont. But when Jeff O'Brien interviewed, we knew we had something special. His decades of dedicated experience at Plymouth Township Police Department will serve us well in Souderton, and the number of people in this room right now is a testament to the positive impact that his leadership has had in that department and their community. And we're extremely fortunate and feel very lucky and blessed that Mr. O'Brien is actually from Souderton. He grew up here, he went to school in this building, and he understands the unique fabric that makes up the Indian Valley. Things are different here in a great way. Our communities are a little old-fashioned, very tight-knit, and community-oriented policing really matters. Our new chief already has an understanding of that because he's lived it his whole life. We feel very lucky to have you, soon to be Chief O'Brien. We're excited to see the great things you'll do in our community. And so before we do the official swearing in, I'd like to give a warm Souderton welcome to our next chief, Mr. Jeff O'Brien. So now we'll do the official swearing in. And then I believe, Mr. O'Brien, at that time, Chief O'Brien, will have a few words to say, and then you can again join us afterwards at the lobby. So if you'll come up and if you want anybody to join you. Repeat after me. I, Jeffrey O'Brien,
I, Jeffrey O'Brien,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey,
obey,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
Welcome aboard, Chief.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Mayor, Council, Borough Manager. Thank you. I truly appreciate everything you've done for me and my family, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to say a few words here tonight. I'd like to start off with my family. My wife, Tracy. She is truly the best person I know. A wife, a mother, and now a grandmother. Always on my side and my biggest support. You are so kind, and you always see good in everyone. I wouldn't be surprised if most of the people who came here tonight came here to see you. Especially had that type of effect on everything. And I will continue to try to be a better person to both of you, and I love you very much. To our children, who are all able to be here tonight. Not only are we blessed by who each of you have become, but also by the wonderful people that you have brought into our lives. Hallie, her husband Tom, our grandson Jack, Nick and Brittany, Remington, Madison, our granddaughter Georgia, and Sean, our youngest. So I have to remind myself that he's so young anymore. He's the final piece of this family puzzle. We adore each and every one of you. And our family tree most likely looked a bit different than most of the people in this room tonight. And that's just fine with them. To the elected officials, the borough manager, and the Souderton community, my message is the same to all of you. I am fully aware of the trust you have placed in me, and I'm also aware of the responsibility that comes with this position. And you have the right to demand a professional police. You have the right to demand a police department that is hardworking, knowledgeable, and capable of assisting you when you are in need. And you have the right to demand that this police department is responsive and involved in this community. And I want to be clear. I believe that the officers of the Southern Borough Police Department are already all of these things. And I've been very impressed by everybody I've met over the last couple of weeks. And they should be commended for how they went about doing their duty during this time of transition. Right? But you also have the right to demand a police chief that holds himself accountable, who is honest, including when mistakes are made. And you will have that. So we are going to continue to be a professional, disciplined, hardworking, community-oriented police department. And there should be absolutely no doubt about this. I refuse to believe that a choice has to be made between the elected officials, the community, and the officers that I'm going to go serve with. And I use the word with intentionally. I know that all three groups can be served at the same time, and anybody who tells you different is wrong. To the people who've come out here to support me tonight, I'm very humble, and I'm very thankful to each and every one of you. That you took the time of your busy schedule to be here and support me. But mostly I'm thankful because I think you've helped me send a message much better than I ever could by myself. And that's to the last group of people I want to address, which is the officers with the Southern Borough Police Department.
A lot of kind words have been said about me over the last couple of weeks, and once again, it's been very humbling. But after tonight, I am much less interested in talking about me or anything that I may or may not have done in my career. It's now time to start focusing on the much more important concept of we and us and what we're going to accomplish. Those who know me are well aware that I have no interest in being the focus of anything, and I'm just simply ready to get to work. So you will find that I'm approachable, I will be present, and I will listen to your concerns. And you will come to find out how much I care about you and your family. And I'm convinced that this is going to be a better police department for us in this community, or I would not have accepted this position. We are all professionals. Changes are natural at a time like this, and changes are coming. And I understand that not all the changes are going to be popular with every officer at every time. It would be foolish to think any other way. But I'm convinced that when the dust settles, that we will all be proud of where we are, and having pride is an important thing. And I know police officers, I know how they think. They are not impressed with resumes, and they're not impressed by these words, and you shouldn't be. As far as I'm concerned, I've only earned one thing up at this point. I have earned the right for each of you to keep an open mind about the direction this department is headed for all of us, and that is the only thing. I told the mayor and the borough council during this hiring process that I will be available, and whenever possible, I will come in at any time, day or night. And I will not sit in the comfort of my home when you are in need of help. I never have, and I'm not going to start now. Finally, I would like to thank the borough manager and her staff for making this transition seamless. I appreciate you. And tomorrow I begin at 0800 hours, but I can assure you I'll be there before 7 o'clock.
Thank you, Chief. We have a few more business items to cover, and you're more than welcome to stay here, but if you're here only to see Chief O'Brien, we welcome you now to join him out in the lobby, him and his family. Thanks, you guys. Council, we'll pause for like a moment or so. We'll clear it up.
Stop, you're here.
Thanks to you.
I live at this one.
That's so very.
Seven. So, the chief's fine, for Saturday, he was in marching band siege. I knew him, I knew him, yeah, Sean, Brian, and maybe change an idea for sure, it's marching band, and that's what helped. On a weekend, but yeah, marching band, stuff, super harmony. Yeah. Or I hope they have enough.
Now, to answer your question. Doesn't mean I should probably. Yeah. That's it.
All right, let's continue. Justin.
I'll be quick, everyone. Hello. Okay, so we are at the halfway point of Third Friday. I can't believe that, but we are. The last one that we had was really great. It was a nice weather night. We celebrated Scooter's 50th. It was just a really good evening. But stick around. I have some other things that are coming in the coming months, so I hope to see everyone out there. July was Saturday Connect, kind of month off. We take 1 month out of the year. That was July. So this week we're starting up all of our committee meetings again, our meeting next week. So I will have a lot more to report at our next meeting here, because we will start planning our business bite stuff and everything like that. We did, however, have a ribbon cutting last Tuesday, July 29th, at, I'm going to butcher this, Jehovah Hooray, the new barber shop in town. And we're looking forward, to working more with them. They were really excited about us celebrating their opening. And I will be talking with the manager soon of Starbucks, because we will have a ribbon cutting for them as well around the corner. Finally, on the reauthorization status, the letter has been sent out to all commercial property owners. They have received it. I have heard some questions and comments so far. The notice will be going out this week in the newspaper, and the first public hearing, as a reminder, is next Thursday, the 14th at 6:30 in this room. So we hope to have a lot of property owners come out and ask us questions and see what we're doing and presenting our preliminary plan. And basically this week, I'm also opening all the holiday events, so that's around the corner. Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Penny.
Recommended to the library. I won't say too much either. Library is going strong in the summer, but I do want to thank Somerton for use of the park for the beer fest a couple weeks ago. The weather was a little rainy, but it seemed to be, everybody was thrilled to have a little light rain and not heat. So the attendance was better than we expected. A great event, and I think the park has made it. Thanks very much for letting us have the event down. Any questions for me? Dinner in White is coming up. It'll be held at Generations this year. They're trying to just go with an indoor thing. I think on the date, is anybody know? It's the 7th. The first Saturday after Labor Day.
Nine.
Sure.
Nine. No, I'm sorry, that's September.
The 6th. Okay, the 6th. September. And again, it'll be held.
Thanks, Penny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Mayor, I think we might have one ad hoc presentation.
Yeah, Mr. Hupnagel, would you like to come and present now?
First of all, I'd like to thank you for me getting here tonight. The picking of a police chief, we were never that lucky in Somerville because we went to regional, then we ended up getting regional out, and now we hire from Purpose City. But one of the reasons I wanted to stop tonight is to make sure the mayor knows about DSAB Mayor Association. There's a lot of information to learn there, and for the council, DSAB. we will be meeting the first weekend in October in Penn State. And if you've never been to one, it's something to look forward to, because you meet new people, people have an idea, oh, I've never had that problem, they've had them too. And most of it is, for financing, items like that. And if you do have a lot of problems, you remember the PSAP, they have a staff that'll work with you and let you know that your problem is not unique, but they'll help you solve it. And they'll also send you in the right direction for grants. So, thank you.
And your title, you have 2 titles you should mention.
Oh, yeah, I'm the mayor of Sellersville and also the vice president of the Mayor's Association of Pennsylvania.
I will.
Don't miss a meeting, that's how you get there.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sarah, are there any other correspondence or presentation? Thank you very much. And we'll move on to administrative reports for the department heads. Just keep it short and sweet tonight. Give us the majors and then we'll join the festivities. So, Mayor, would you have anything else?
No.
Sergeant Lucas.
For the month of July, we had 995 total incidents, bringing our total to 6,270 for the year. 231 of them were traffic stops, 188 were public service calls, 61 were assist other agencies, 59 were investigations, 3 were part 1 crimes, 37 were part 2 crimes, 11 were parking enforcement, and 397 were other calls of service, so building checks, property checks, park checks.
Any questions, Jeff?
Thank you. Again, thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, Steve, Public Works.
I think everybody got my report. If you get down on the vacation sick time, we had an employee was out for, I think he's up to 6 weeks. He had a knee replacement. We're expecting him to come back probably this week or early next week, which will give us a little more help on some of the stuff. We're just about done with all the street sweeping. We have a little pickup with a sweeper, so we've got that in the shop, trying to repair that. And we got a little bit to finish for that. And we've mostly been working in pulling flower beds, cleaning them up around town and making. Hopefully we'll start leaving some of our pipe work out there this year.
Any question for Steve? Solicitor.
Hi, filling in for John Trente this evening. You probably received his report, and I'll just pick out the one major issue since we're keeping it short and sweet tonight. Is the Towngate Commons land development. The amended land development plans for the Goddard School are ready for signature by the borough engineer, the council, and the planning commission. And they are here for signature this evening. And that's it for the solicitor's report.
Awesome. We had previously approved that, so we don't need the motion for that.
Correct.
Thank you. All right, and but not least,
Working on this packet. Other than recreation, that's been what's been going on here in the office. So,
questions for Sarah? All right, and likewise for committee reports, are there any important or urgent committee updates?
Public safety starting back up. I don't know if you heard, new chiefs in town. April 28th, we'll be getting together. August, April, yeah, I'm excited next week. August.
Thank you, Matt.
It'll be. Can I think one thing?
Sure, please.
I do want to just say to everybody in the room, public and council, that mark your calendars for September 13th, which is the party in the park, which is the unveiling of all the renovations that have gone on there. It includes a free concert and a drone show. So you'll start to see more advertising, but yeah, definitely, especially from council to support it as much as they supported us. Let's try to make it good.
Yeah, that means.
Do you have the time on that?
6 p.m.
Don't try to mess that. Okay, then finally, I'll open up for public comment. If you're a borough resident or property owner, please, come up to the podium, state your name and address, and we'd love to hear from you. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, I was here in February. And we're trying to get a handicap parking out front of her house, so she can park here. Everybody seems to, she can be parked there 40 years, and now suddenly we have a problem. So it started in February, and here, what's it now, August?
What's the problem, Phil?
So I don't know, nothing's getting done.
Did you get the handicap spot?
Just,
Did you get the handicap spot?
No, it was reviewed by the chief at the time. It did not move forward. So Sergeant Lucas has looked at it, and is on your agenda for the August work session, which is how our process has been working.
Okay, and also, for Ward 2 counselors.
Yeah.
Let's get out and take a look at that situation too. It'll probably aid in so we'll have a work session in 2 weeks. And
whatever, it's just.
we'll discuss it. We'll discuss it then and we'll get back to it. Now, of course, we have new leadership on board, so. We'll give you an answer the week of the.
I mean, if it's a money problem, I'll pay for it.
No, it's certainly not a, no.
I mean, that's problem. Take it out of my business and pay for it.
Have you heard, let me ask this question, not to put anybody on the spot, but have you heard from the borough at all? Whether in a positive or decline way? Nothing.
The last police chief you had, he said he's gonna look into it, and
All right.
that never went anywhere.
Sure. Okay. We would,
You know, they keep telling, got it, this, then they finally told me the other day, come up to the meeting and, you know, talk to them about it.
Yeah.
I also stopped in and talked to you directly about it as well.
No problem, come to my garage on Front Street, I'm there all, these guys were in bed and I'm still there.
So we're working on it.
We'll repackage it. This will be the first time that most council members will have heard about it. Typically, our process would involve a determination by the chief, and I would imagine that was lost in the transition as
So, yeah, I know it was.
he left pretty suddenly.
Okay.
So we'll get an answer to you in about 2.5 weeks.
Well, that's fine, I mean, it just didn't seem like nobody was doing it.
yeah,
In my eyes, it's okay.
and perception is reality, so.
The only one that came and talked to me was the police
Sergeant
sergeant.
Lucan, sure.
He came and talked, he said,
Well, yeah,
other than that, but still, nothing got done. So, like I said, if it's a money issue, I'll take it out of my business and pay for it.
no, well, it's certainly not a money issue, it's just a.
It would be for good old Seaford buddy out back, we could park behind my garage. He makes it miserable. So, okay.
Thank you, Phil. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
All right, anyone else like to comment? All right, hearing none, I will close the public comment section, and I don't believe there's any other business for the evening. May I have a motion to adjourn?
You adjourn.
So moved. Thank you guys for coming.
You chair.
Oh, well, they took the party outside.
What?
Tracy, just